Hello, Nomad Sculpt, and I'm updating videos. So this video is about posing via the hierarchy. So how to create such a, yeah, you can call it like a rig to pose the arms, the legs, and the head, and so on. So here is Nomad Sculpt. So you see here this character here has separate parts. So for the arms and the body, the head is a separate part, and so for this here you can create a hierarchy. So this is the video is about this mesh. So this character here is a complete mesh, only one mesh. So this is a other tutorial how to pose such a character. So at the moment we don't need this. So what's possible with such a character here? So you can use here the gizmo tool, and now it's possible to select all the parts here, maybe the leg or the arm, and bring it in a position you want. So every part has such a pivot point. So, and you see here the problem here with a ring. So it stays here in position because it's not linked to the arm. So, and this works for everything here on the character. So the head, okay. And how to do this? First, I complete this whole mesh and join it. So it's only one part. So I join everything. So now it's only one mesh. So when you tap on it, you can select the separate parts. Okay. The next thing is I press here on separate. So now you get every part as a separate object. So now I'm using the select tool, and I select the left arm and I delete the left arm. I select the left leg and delete the left leg. So, and I rename the rest here. So I tap on the head and give it a name, head. Okay, so this part here is the body. This here is arm 1. Arm, oh, sorry, I have to press rename. Arm 2. So here I use the solo view, and I want the arm in two parts, so the hand and the arm. So I'm using here the split tool and using legacy option here and split here the hand. So this object here I call hand, and the other one is arm part 2. So I remesh here the whole thing here, I give it a separate face group and I quad remesh it. So we have to wait a few seconds. So now my hand is complete again. And this one I voxel remesh also. Face group it and quad remesh. So now everything is fine. For the legs, I do the same here. Leg 1. Leg 2. And this here is the foot. So let's start with the legs. So here the foot is a child of this one. So this is leg 2, foot. So I put the foot here as a child in the hierarchy for leg 2. Okay, then the leg 2 is a child of leg 1. So I put the whole group, I select this and put it inside leg 1. So when I select here everything, and use solo view, you see here the whole foot here. So I have to activate the indicator. So yeah, you see here everything is now selected. So the next step is to set the pivot points. So here leg 1, this part is selected, and here on the left side you find here the pivot option. Press pivot and then it's possible to place the anchor point of the leg. And when the position here is fine, press again pivot. So now when you rotate here the whole leg rotates around this pivot point. Okay, then the next part, again pivot point, and bring the pivot point here in position. And I always check the front and the side view. So maybe the pivot point is here. Okay, so pivot point. And the last part is the foot. Pivot. Check the front view. Okay, let's test everything here. It works fine. Always undo. So this works also fine. And the whole leg works also fine. Okay, so the leg is complete. Then we need to mirror this leg to the other side. So let's add the mirror. And here, be careful with this on gizmo position, because the gizmo is at the moment on this position. So we need it in the world center here. So now add the mirror. Okay. So now the object is mirrored. When I activate now the thing, both legs do the same. So we have to validate the mirror and here keep the instances. So when I press now yes, we get two legs, a left and a right leg. So now every leg is separate. So this one is separate and this one. But the symmetry for sculpting is also possible. So when I use now the move brush and I move here, the symmetry works on both sides. So everything is fine. Okay, the legs are complete. Let's do the same thing for the arm. So the hand is a child of arm 2. So I put the hand in as a child in arm 2. So here, this part here I call ring. And this ring is a child of arm 2. So I put it here. So when I select the whole thing and use the solo view here, you see here, yeah, all objects are correct. So, and the arm, this part here is a child of arm 1. So I put it here in the arm 1 position. So everything is correct. So I use now again the solo view. So I select here the arm 1. Now I activate my gizmo tool and here on the side the pivot. So I place now the pivot on the shoulder, check the side view. Okay. I select the next part, pivot, so it's okay. And now we need the pivot for the hand. Pivot. So here I can rotate the pivot a little bit, bring it here in position and check the side. So maybe here. Pivot. So let's test it. So for this here I use the solo view to see the hand, and we need a little bit more, yeah, like a ball joint. So I use here the clay brush and I clay here a little bit more. So let's see it here, and maybe with a move brush. So let's test it. It works fine. So let's test the whole arm. So yeah, maybe this pivot point a little bit more in this direction. A little bit better. This one. Okay. It works fine. So the arm is complete. So let's select the whole thing here and add the mirror. On gizmo is off. Add mirror. So now validate, keep instances, yes. So we now have two separate arms. So, sorry, something went wrong. Okay, it's okay. So this arm is separate. Okay. So I have to check here everything. I think the head is a double mesh, so okay. So the next thing is we have here the body, and the body needs also a pivot. So I select here the pivot option and bring the pivot in this position. So I check here this thing here. So I think it's okay. And then here the head has to be a child of the body. So I put the head to the body. So let's test it. Everything works fine. So the head needs also a new pivot position. Maybe here. Fine. Okay, so now, so I move the body here, but the arms stay in position. So here are the arms, it's not correct. So I have to put the arms as a child of the body. So I put this whole group and put it there. So now I select the body and now the arms move with the whole body. So a thing is with the legs here, so maybe you put the legs here in the body thing, then everything turns. So I put it outside the body, and for the whole thing here we create a group. Yeah, group is okay. So when we select here the whole group, everything is okay, but it's also possible here for the group to change the pivot to the bottom position, to the floor. So then it's possible to move the whole character and place it. So like this. So now be happy and place your or pose your character like you want. And maybe if you want to place more objects on the head or somewhere else. So here I add now the eyes. So I place here a sphere. So maybe like this. And I add a mirror. So again, test the head and the eyes stay in position. So you have to make the eyes, here the whole node, a child of the head. Oops. So now the eyes move with the head. Okay. So I hope this helps a little bit and have fun with sculpting. Ciao.